another enlightening episode of Public Announcement. This episode will be highlighting the social cause that has plagued Africa's most populous and commercial metropolis for decades. Lagos is synonymous with a continuous increase in the number of vehicles traveling on its motorable roads, rude and aggressive drivers that make co-commuting even worse, impatience and outright carelessness by motorists, and obviously, human congestion that results from the geometric rate of rural-urban immigrants. If you live in an urban area, traffic congestion can be a major daily headache. It's bad enough that there isn't enough road capacity for the number of vehicles we have plying our roads. By definition, traffic congestion is a condition of road networks that occurs as use increases and is characterized by slower speeds, longer trip times, and increased vehicular queuing. The most common example is the physical use of roads by vehicles. When traffic demand is great enough that the interaction between vehicles slows the speed of the traffic stream, this results in some congestion. The HipTv crew went into the streets of Lagos to get reactions from Lagosians, since on this side of the world, they relate more to this social condition more than residents of other Nigerian states. However, will they share negative effects of traffic congestion as it's obtainable in other parts of the world?
In Lagos, there is almost every day, in the morning, at night, even during the day. You see traffic all around, especially Allen here. You find it difficult to get out of it when you are coming out from your home in the morning. You can say it's because of bad roads everywhere and the volume of cars, vehicles moving, trying to come out from particular area in the morning. So it has been terrible all this. In the morning, I make sure I leave on time as early as possible. And at night, intentionally, deliberately, I just stay back in the office so that the traffic must have reduced, so to say. Because if you are going to leave, if you leave normally, the time you close, you still discover that before you even get to your destination, someone that stay back in the office who might have even reached the same place before you. So what's the point delaying yourself inside traffic when you can actually stay back and just catch up to where you are going after the traffic has reduced? So I intentionally stay back so that the traffic must have gone down, and I'll just take my leave thereafter.
I leave the office on time. In that way I can avoid traffic, but if I leave very late, I get stuck in traffic for like 2 hours. For the general public, I think patience is the key. We are not patient in Nigeria. Everybody wants to get home on time. You want to get to where you're going on time, so they're always in a rush and there's always a jam lock on the road. Everybody is just running helter-skelter. I think patience is the key.
I must tell you that it affects it greatly because now you have to talk of the family. You are talking of the family now. In the family, you have the children, you have the wife, you have some of the dependents in the house. So the first thing you do in the morning is to plan for them. Early in the morning when you wake up, normally you should stay till probably 6 before you wake up. But this time around, you have to wake up as early as 4 o'clock and begin to plan. Who is the person to take the children to the school? What time will he take the children to the school in order to get there without being late? Then you plan for yourself how you get to the office, and then how these children will be picked, and then how you will get back home. Sometimes you tend to stay back in the office in order to allow the traffic to ease off before going back, so that you won't spend most of your time in the traffic. So you have to plan for that. It's part of life in Lagos. There are so many means of transportation now. You have buses, you have the tricycles, the one called Marwa, and you have many other types of transportation. So the first thing you do is to view where are you going, which one pays you better. Is it to trek, or to go by Marwa, or you take your personal car, or to go by public transport? So once you are able to determine which one is best for you, considering the number of times that you have, then you take your decision.
I think the only way you can avoid traffic congestion is basically you have to put the traffic rules has to be adhered to strictly. You see so many stoppages on the road. Why people, that's in the buses, they don't adhere to traffic rules, and also we can I think a better transport system like the BRT. If you have a better carriage system, so many people will not be going around with their cars. At least you reduce the number of cars. I will not use the word unfortunately with it because where you're staying and where you're based, you cannot use such negative comments about where you're staying, but I think that's gotten to a level that like it's not a part of being. So once you're coming out in the morning, you have to plan ahead for it. 5 top rules to avoid traffic in Lagos is, I would say, you reduce the number of cars on the road, should introduce a better mass transit system, then the traffic rules should be strictly adhered to. The law enforcement officers they also come of help in this situation, because you discover that they also aid it sometimes in order to carry out their duty. And then maybe they put in a check in place for people breaking traffic rules. You have to come up with a better system, like it's like what they do abroad. They see cameras everywhere. Instead of running around people to arrest them, at least you come up with a better monitoring system that even without somebody standing there, at least you are scared of somebody, hide somewhere watching you.
Every day we experience traffic. We that walk around Ikeja and that live around Ikeja, the traffic has been very crazy since Monday. Today is even better. You can see I couldn't even drive because I have to come to the bank, rush down to the bank, and I've been trekking for like over 10 minutes now trying to get to the bank, because if I need to use a car, then I won't get here in 1 hour. I just plan my movement, go within the streets. I tell the driver to go within the streets, park somewhere while I just use my leg to do the other things. Government has not really provided any other means of transportation within this axis apart from the BRT buses that has been, working, shuttling from the mainland to the island. But within Ikeja here, I would really advise people should drop their cars in their houses or drop in their office and try to move just like they do in the Western world. People trek distance with their legs, you understand? So I think that's the best thing.
Going out in the morning and coming back, you get to where you're going to kind of late and you miss your appointment sometimes. Right now, I'm going now. Traffic is much, as you can see. It's really much, so just trying to make it home quickly.
Traffic congestion in the city of Lagos is a very serious matter. You understand? Quite a lot of people here asking quite a lot of questions concerning Lagos environment. It is a sharp. It is not a good environment. A lot of things constitute problems concerning the traffic matters. And when you look around, you find out that everybody is getting sad. You cannot move around anyhow you like it. All over the cities of the world, things are moving much more better, but right here in the Lagos city, it's a very serious matter. You can look around, you can see holes all over. All over Lagos city, you got a lot of holes. People are falling into ditches, falling into holes, because you didn't really have good landscape.
It affects me personally because sometimes when I want to go to work, I have to get a shorter way to go to work, or I either take a small bike in streets where I can take it so that I can overcome that challenge of arriving late at work. I think the roads are tight, basically. So if the roads are a bit wider than this, I think it's going to improve somehow.
In Lagos now I can say it's horrible, because now I have a car now, I just park it at home. I can't take it out because sometimes you spend 3 hours, 4 hours in traffic, and due to my profession, my job in Lagos as a journalist, so if you are given a program that start by 10 a.m. now, for instance, before we go to the event, we take like maybe 2 hours or 3 hours after 10. Avoid traffic congestion by not going out with my car. I make sure I go through public transport to the event so that it make the journey more easier. But I think the way they can, because Lagos State government is trying, Fashola is trying, everybody is trying, but they have to work more on the last mile, because sometimes they won't be at the duty. Sometimes they'll just be doing some other activities.
We've been seeing it for a long time, so it's been a daily thing. So we somehow we are used to it. There's nothing you can do. You can't fly I'm frustrated. So to the extent that there is nothing you can do. You say you decide to walk, you get tired. So there is nothing you can do. You leave your home with the hope of getting to where you work or your business place or your shop. So at the end of the day, you find out that you got there late, very late because of traffic. And it might be a space of 5 minutes drive, but because of traffic, you can spend like 45 minutes, 1 hour, or more than 1 hour sometimes.
Everybody knows it's terrible. It's absolutely terrible, man. That's all I can say about that. You know, this is a city like no other, man. It reminds me of New York, you know, and I guess it's got to be that way because they say it's a mega city. You know, when you have a mega city like you have in some parts of the world, traffic is always going to be congested, you know. So it's terrible. It's terrible. But I'd like to also commend the present administration there. They're doing a lot. You know, it used to be a lot worse than this. You know, we don't have broken down vehicles on the road anymore. We don't have people parking anyhow, you know, obstructing the road with impunity. You know, so a lot is, you know, we have to give it up for Babatunde Raji Fashola, the governor, you know.
As a matter of fact, the only thing that makes Lagos not to be conducive for its residents is the traffic situation. In fact, personally, that's the only reason why I dislike Lagos State. I think it's just town planning, there's nothing more. The town is poorly planned. When the town was initially planned, they did not take into cognizance of the fact that this number of human beings are going to eventually live in Lagos. They were not futuristic in their planning. They planned it in such a way that they did not anticipate the growth that eventually came on board. Depending on where I'm going to, because I know the places I go to, I know my schedules, and I know the nature of traffic in those areas. Though sometimes we can miscalculate, but most times one can be accurate if you calculate very well. So I know that, for instance, if I'm going to Lagos Island on weekdays, I have to leave as early as possible. As terrible as that is, but that seems to be the only option I have. I leave as early as possible so I can cross over the third mainland bridge before 8 o'clock when the build-up will be so much.
I don't know, you don't even have traffic lights here. Like you have 5 of them, you can count them in a hand. That's it. I don't know, I think. Too many cars. Yeah, it is very frustrating. Very frustrating. Yeah, it's only here, you know. And the roads are not nice either, they're not good either. It's not going to help. I guess it's the way it's made, you know. It's never going to be improved, I think.
I don't know, but I think the population in Lagos is too much. Actually, I'm already used to it, so why I do is listen to my music when I'm on the road.
Actually, Lagos State are improving on the road fixing, but honestly, frankly, the traffic, as in now, is hell. Because coming from Island to this way now, you check the major road and every other places. It's like here, then through this Okwebi link. So, and the problem again, the road management people, the last man people, if people violate the traffic law, yeah, instead of clearing the person from the road, they stand on the road arguing, and it's causing a lot of traffic. You understand? So other cars, they have to park somewhere, and some have to be following. You have to drag to the other lane. You know, so it's real bad. So if at least the last man official or the road traffic officer, yeah, we know they are working. Honestly, but if there is any traffic violation, they should clear that person from the road to enable the traffic to flow. Why don't we have more flyovers? You understand? So like here now, this junction now, people are going to this way. You have like maybe one flyover here, one flyover here. If you are going straight, you go up. If you are turning, you go down. You understand? So we're really looking at the congestion of the junction are the problem majorly of the traffic, because this car is coming, this one is coming, this one is coming. You understand? And the other side is not flowing. And maybe when the light is on, the other people, they can't go and they cannot pass the other people. So we need more flyover on those junctions.
It does affect a lot, because sometimes I will have a business meeting. I'm an actress. I'm an upcoming actress. Sometimes I will probably have a meeting with my producers or my directors or an executive producer. By the time I get there, they just get mad with me. They go like, why are you late? I tell them it's traffic, and they tell me that's not an excuse for you. I get angry no matter what I do. Still, I can't
I can't work on it. So what I do now is when I have a date at 5, I wake up at 3. I love my country. I love my governors. I love my president. Please help us. Help us. Whatever you have to do, please help us with the traffic. We don't know what you can do, but we believe that you can do something about it. Help us clear the traffic a little bit for business people like us. It's dragging us crazy. Please.
From first-hand experience and research, the following remain universally constant as effects of traffic congestion within any society. Wasting time of motorists and passengers, opportunity cost. As a non-productive activity for most people, congestion reduces regional economic wealth. Delays which may result in late arrival for employment, meetings and education, causing lost businesses, disciplinary actions or other personal losses. Inability to forecast travel time accurately, leading to drivers and travelers allocating more time to travel and less time on productive activities. Wasted fuel, increased air pollution and carbon dioxide emissions owing to increased idling, acceleration and braking. Wear and tear on vehicles as a result of idling in traffic and frequent acceleration and braking, leading to more frequent repairs and replacements with economic implications. Stressed and frustrated motorists, encouraging road rage and reduced health of motorists. During emergencies, traffic congestion may interfere with the passage of emergency vehicles traveling for urgent reasons. Spillover effects from congested main arteries to secondary roads and side streets as alternative routes are attempted, which may affect neighborhood amenity and real estate prices. During traffic, there's a higher chance of collision due to tight spacing and constant stopping and going. Do you want to avoid being part of the problem and contribute to your community in a positive way? Do you want to know the few ways we can, as individuals and a collective people, avoid contributing to traffic? HipTv took time to highlight some control methods, and these are some of such. Take mass transit. The best way to avoid contributing to traffic congestion is to take mass transit. When traveling around town, jump on a bus or train instead of in your car. Taking mass transit can be faster, cheaper, and more relaxing. It also helps minimize environmental damage caused by excessive car use. In Lagos, the state government has tapped into this by providing the bus rapid transit system, popularly called BRT, with special routes and designated lanes. Over 38 countries across the world presently have functioning bus rapid transit systems. Try active transportation. That is, walking, jogging, rollerblading, riding a bicycle, etc. is another great way of reducing congestion. Active transportation takes cars off the road and is the most cost-effective means of transportation for short distances. This is also an easy way to improve your health, cut your gas bill, and save the environment. If you ride in the streets, don't obstruct or confuse motorized traffic needlessly. Stay to the slow side of the road as long as it's safe and practical. Signal your turns and you'll be all right. Combine active transportation and mass transit. If your destination is too far away for active transportation or mass transit alone, combine the two to increase your commuting range, allowing you to ride to and from the transit stops nearest your destinations. Check and see what options are available for combining active transportation and mass transit in your area. Pay attention. Now, this might sound obvious, but most drivers are zoned out in their own little worlds, paying little attention to what's going on, even a car or two ahead of them. Start making an active effort to stay alert by scanning ahead as far as you can see. Your peripheral vision will take care of what isn't directly ahead of you. Watch out for road hazards and for accidents or other problems at the roadside. Anticipate slowdowns and back off or downshift, even if you're driving an automatic vehicle. Don't be a brake tapper on the freeway, as it can cause a ripple effect for miles. If you see a road hazard such as debris on the road, Call your local law enforcement agency through a non-emergency line and report the hazard. The sooner someone reports a problem, the less impact it will have on the commute. If someone is creating a minor problem by not paying attention, remind them with a brief toot of the horn. Use a long, loud honk only for danger. Plan ahead. When you will be using the freeway junction or exiting the freeway, entering or exiting the carpool or express lanes, don't wait until the last minute to merge over. You don't have to get over miles ahead, but merging smoothly keeps traffic flowing. Always have a mental plan of your routes before you even start your vehicle. Accelerate briskly from stoplights. After stopping at one of a series of stoplights in the city or elsewhere with many stoplights, accelerate briskly to the speed limit, particularly if you're starting late from towards the back of a queue. Then, with luck, you can continue at the speed limit through many stoplights, which are generally synchronized to let a batch of cars going that fast through. Accelerate briskly as economic cars go, not at full power in a fast car, and do not follow too closely. It could be unexpected and dangerous. Pull over quickly and completely if you have a problem. If your car begins to break down, move to the slow lane if you can, slow down and pull over as soon as it's safe to do so. A flat tire can do terrible damage to the rest of your car if you attempt to continue driving on it, and almost any car trouble is made worse by allowing the engine to run until it actually breaks down and quits. Pull over and stop your car, then signal or use your cell phone to get help immediately. Avoid the temptation to talk on the phone, text, put makeup on, or read the newspaper even if traffic is moving very slowly. Texting or reading or doing other things that require your attention is inconsiderate to other drivers who must then either honk to wake you up to the rest of the world or wait until you wake up on your own. The idea is to remain alert enough to keep traffic flow moving as best as it can. Remember, in most jurisdictions, it is illegal to talk or text on your phone, eat, drink, or even fiddle with a GPS unit while in traffic. According to Forbes, the world's top 10 most traffic congested cities in diminishing order are 1. Brussels, Belgium. 2. Antwerp, still in Belgium. 3. Los Angeles, USA. 4. Milan, Italy. 5. London, UK. 6. Paris, France. 7. Honolulu, USA. 8. Rotterdam, Netherlands. 9. Manchester, UK. And 10. San Francisco, USA. In this episode of Public Announcement, we have been able to highlight and address one of Africa's major commercial hubs, Lagos.